Have you ever wondered if it's possible to walk from Russia to the USA? Today I'm here to shed some light on this fascinating topic. Interestingly, there are two islands in the Bering Strait that can make this journey possible: Big Diomede, belonging to Russia, and Little Diomede, belonging to the US desert island. They are merely 2.4 miles, 3.8 kilometers, apart. Let me share an inspiring story of an extraordinary swimmer who bridged the gap between the United States and the Soviet Union. Lynn Cox, an American long-distance open-water swimmer, achieved a remarkable feat on August 7, 1987. She braved the freezing waters of the Bering Strait, swimming from the U.S. Little Diomede Island to the Soviet Big Diomede, a distance of approximately 2.4 miles, 3.8 kilometers, 123. Here are the incredible details of her historic swim. Water temperature. The water temperature averaged around 43 to 44 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 to 7 degrees Celsius, during her swim. Island connection. The Diomede Islands, where she swam between, were only 3.7 kilometers, 2.3 miles, apart. However, due to political restrictions, people living on these islands were not allowed to travel freely between them. The native Inuit communities had been closely linked until the residents of Big Diomede were moved to the Russian mainland after World War II. Cold War symbolism. Lynn Cox's courageous swim served as a powerful symbol during the Cold War. Her act of swimming from one country to the other demonstrated the possibility of peaceful connections even amidst political tensions. Presidential praise. Both U.S. President Ronald Reagan and Soviet leader Mikhail Gorbachev praised her accomplishment. At the signing of the INF Missile Treaty, Gorbachev raised his glass and said, "Last summer it took one brave American by the name of Lynn Cox just 2 hours to swim from one of our countries to the other. She proved by her courage how close to each other our people's lives were." Lynn Cox's swim was not only a physical achievement but also a powerful gesture of goodwill, transcending borders and fostering understanding between nations. And now we present another captivating story for your enjoyment. Philippe Croizon, a quadruple amputee and a French athlete, managed to swim from Alaska to Russia in approximately 80 minutes. While swimming across the Bering Strait might sound like an adventurous endeavor, it's a challenging feat due to several factors. 1. Cold waters. The Bering Strait experiences frigid temperatures, especially during the winter. The water temperature hovers around 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Celsius, which can lead to hypothermia even for experienced swimmers. 2. Strong currents. The strait is known for its powerful currents, which can reach speeds of up to 5 knots. These currents make swimming difficult and unpredictable. Picture this: during the colder months, when ice forms between the two small islands, Big Diomede, Russia, and Little Diomede, USA, in the Bering Strait, a temporary land bridge is created. And yes, you guessed it right, it allows for walking access from one island to another. In 1998, Russian Arctic explorer Dmitry Sfero and his son Matvey became the first recorded humans to successfully cross the Bering Strait from Welle in Russia to Cape Thompson, Alaska. They took 21 days to ski across the Bering Strait and complete this remarkable expedition. The icy waters and challenging conditions make such crossings incredibly daring and memorable feats. In March 2006, two adventurers, Briton Carl Bushby and French-American adventurer Dimitri Kiefer, accomplished the remarkable feat of walking across a frozen section of the Bering Strait. They covered approximately 90 kilometers, 56 miles, in 15 days. Their journey was not without challenges. Overall recommendation: summer provides better conditions for crossing, whether by boat or other means. Regardless of the season, anyone attempting this feat must exercise extreme caution due to the Bering Strait's challenging environment. Remember that the Bering Strait is a formidable passage, and adventurers should be well prepared and informed before embarking on any crossing. Despite their close proximity, there's a significant time difference between Big Diomede and Little Diomede. Big Diomede is 21 hours ahead of Little Diomede. In fact, it's also known as Tomorrow Island. Meanwhile, Little Diomede is aptly called Yesterday Island. The United States purchased Alaska from Russia in 1867, and a new border was drawn between the two islands. The Bering Strait is sparsely populated and serves as a habitat for the Yupik, Inuit, and Chukchi people, who share cultural and linguistic ties. European geographers speculated about the existence of the Strait of Anian between Asia and North America since at least 1562. Danish-born Russian navigator Vitus Bering explored the strait in 1728, and it was later crossed by other explorers and adventurers, including the famous voyages of James Cook and the documented modern crossing by Captain Max Gottschalk in 1913. The Bering Strait's icy waters and historical significance make it a fascinating and challenging geographical feature connecting two continents across the Arctic expanse. While a ferry could potentially cross from the USA to Siberia in just 2 hours, political hurdles restrict traffic across this body of water. Unfortunately, it is virtually impossible for a Westerner to receive permission to arrive on the Russian shores of the Bering Strait legally. The best time of year to attempt a crossing of the Bering Strait depends on the mode of transportation and the specific challenges involved. Summer months, June to August. Safest conditions. During summer, the weather is generally more favorable, making it the safest time for crossing. Less ice. Drift ice remains in the Bering Strait during midsummer, but it is less extensive than during colder months. Recommended for boats. If you plan to cross by boat, especially in a seaworthy vessel, summer is the preferred time due to milder weather and less ice. Winter months, December to February. Frozen Strait. Contrary to common misconception, the Bering Strait does not consistently freeze over during winter. A strong current flows north through the strait, creating large channels of open water. Occasionally, these channels become clogged with moving chunks of pan ice. Apart from the sheer thrill of walking between two continents, this experience offers an incredible chance to witness the stunning beauty of the Bering Strait and its surrounding landscapes. It's like stepping into a real-life winter wonderland. Is the settlement on Little Diomede Island, where all of the homes stand on the west side of the island. If you were looking out your window and looked across the water, you would see Russia, or Big Diomede. Curious to see what it's like to explore this icy pathway? Check out my latest YouTube video, Can You Walk from Russia to the USA? In this video, I'll take you on a virtual adventure, providing fascinating insights and breathtaking visuals of the Big Diomede and Little Diomede Islands. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join me as we unravel the mysteries of this extraordinary natural phenomenon. Let's explore the frozen corridors connecting Russia and the USA, and who knows, maybe one day you'll get the chance to embark on this thrilling adventure yourself.